morning, babies. They love tortillas. It's so cute to see them trying to chow down on them. Oh, they headbutt for food. It's funny, I think siblings of all stripes sometimes do that. I haven't figured out a way to keep kids from fighting. I don't know of the way to turn them into perfect humans. Well, I know that I can't do that. So then, one of the best and most freeing things that's happened over the last year in particular is coming to grips with what I can and what I can't do in the lives of our children. I can teach them what's normal and what's right. I can hold them, especially when they're little, to particular standards of behavior. I can encourage them to do what they know to do, but I cannot force them to be wise. I cannot force them to choose always for the good. I cannot force them to do what I want. I cannot even force them to do what they say they want to do. You know, it's a whole different world to parent older kids than younger kids. And for me, it is very freeing to remember that really the internal soul work has to be done by Christ, and that that's not stuff that I can force. I can pray for it, I can talk with them about it and draw their hearts out. I can try to live out what I believe is right and wise, but I can't force anyone to be wise, good, godly. Any method of parenting is always external. Their only real hope for eternal, genuine, lasting change is that their souls are changed. Because otherwise, we are just requiring behavioral change of someone that doesn't want it. But ultimately, if Christ becomes a treasure to them, then He deals with the internal stuff. And that burden is on His shoulders and not ours. Something my counselor said to me this last spring when I was working through some things, particularly in regard to older children. And she said, well, you've got to draw 2 circles. And she said, we'll just use this as an example. She said, there's one circle that is the circle of your concern. You're concerned about many things, and even rightly so. But then, we'll say this right here. But then there's a circle, and inside that circle is the circle of your responsibility. Those are the things that you are actually directly responsible for, that you can affect. And the circle of your concern is always going to be much bigger than the circle of your responsibility. Now, that's a really helpful picture when you're dealing with a, say, 18, 19, 25-year-old child, that you're concerned, but they're not a child anymore, and you're not going to turn them over your knee and give them a spanking. It's a little trickier with a 2-year-old. Hey. What you working on?
I just watered them.
What's in the red pot?
Cantaloupe.
What about these?
These are all potatoes and
What kinds of potatoes are here?
red potatoes.
These right here are red potatoes?
These are a little bit different. So they're the colorful ones. They're like purple and red and orange and whatever.
Okay.
And all 4 of these are those. And they have some red potatoes in them, but it's mostly red. This cantaloupe too. I think these are peppers. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And then all these are beans.
Right, you need to get those beans reattached, huh?
Yeah. And then there's tomatoes all along here. Yeah, just in this side of it, there's tomatoes. Yeah.
Looks good.
And then all these are leeks. Like that's a leek. There's more. Those are onions.
Cool.
Yeah.
What have you learned from having this garden so far?
Potatoes are easy to grow.
Yeah.
And cantaloupe.
Yeah.
And I guess beans. They're doing really well.
Yeah, the beans are looking real good. They're getting
Yeah.
tall. Cool.